Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher notech Torah emet v'bosra Yeshua leom Yisrael v'lemikol chachamim al yadi banu Yeshua HaMashiach Adonanu. However, using the Greek etymology angelos, from which archangel is derived, one will learn that arch or arch means chief in addition to highest, primary, and principal. Using the Hebrew etymology aluf, one can read as chief angel or leading angel of 1,000 or thousands. As the Israelites and Judeans had armies with a system of leaders and officers, there are armies of the heavenly host which have leaders. These angels are possibly over thousands of angels and might even serve as a higher court of lords. If one was to compare the throne room of heaven and its court with the throne room and court of an earthly monarch. Below these are the B'nai Elohim, which seem to be, as using the aforementioned analogy, a lower court of lords in the court of heaven. These angelic beings are, using military analogy, deputies, or if one dares to match up the Israelite and Judean military organization, commanders of hundreds. These seem, according to later Christian tradition, to possibly be dominations who are regarded as regulating the duties of lower angels. This thought would make sense, as the angelic beings under these varying duties, much like the leaders of 50s and 10s did in the Israelite and Judean military organization. The Elohim, which seem to be, as using the aforementioned military analogy, if one dares to match up the Israelite and Judean military organization, possibly commanders of 50s. These seem, according to latter Christian tradition, to possibly be the virtues or angelic beings which are thought to assist in miracles and strengthen a man's faith. The Hashmalim, which seem to be, as using the aforementioned military analogy, if one dares to match up the Israelite and Judean military organization, possibly commanders of 50s. These seem, according to latter Christian tradition, to possibly be the powers or angelic beings which fight against demonic forces. The Malakim, meaning messengers, are the angelic beings that are believed to be traditionally understood as angels. These, according to Judaic and early Christian thought, carried the prayers of mankind up to the throne and brought the blessings or replies down. If one dares to use the aforementioned military analogy of the Israelite and Judean military organization, these are possibly commanders of 50s or 10s. The Ishim, which seem to be, as using the aforementioned military analogy, if one dares to match up the Israelite and Judean military organization, possibly groups of 10 angelic beings. Based on this, they seem to be guardian angels.